Hey there from the bathroom. It is 10:40. We are going to tour the house at 11, and we have a lady-in-law coming to meet us at the house, and her husband too. The lady-in-laws all have like partners in crime, in case that's not implied. So when I say lady-in-law, like I often mean like a gentleman-in-law too. Anyway, so we've got a lady-in-law and her gentleman-in-law. That sounds ridiculous. Anyway, we've got family members coming to meet us at 11 just to kind of look with us, and then we are going to probably order some pizza since they're never out this way and there's a spot by us that they really like, and treat them to that. And then I'll be making pesto with them this morning, and I am finishing getting ready right now. Zach had to run over to his office for something, so he is on his way back right now to come scoop me up. So I need to like moisturize and put some mascara on and not look like a naked mole rat. So I'm doing that, but I did want to check in and say happy Saturday. So yeah. It is a very sleepy Sunday, the 11th. It is almost 1 o'clock, and I've been up since about 8. I got home close to midnight, I think, last night. No, I got home a little bit after 11. And it was a really lovely evening. We did so many things yesterday. And I think this is probably like the first time I'm really checked in. We did go and look at the house. We are not buying the house. It was, I think, a lot more than we're really ready to sink our teeth in project-wise. I think maybe 6 months from now, had we looked at this house, we probably would have figured out how to put an offer on the house. But I just don't think we're quite in the place to give the house the care that it needs. There's also quite a bit of risk in the house. It's what they call a HUD home, HUD. And so what I'm learning is that it's often when, I think it's more often than not when someone buys a house with an FHA loan as a first-time home buyer, and they basically can't make the payments on the house. So the house ends up going back to the bank, and then it goes to HUD, which is Housing and Urban Development. And HUD then usually tries to sell the house for an extremely discounted price for the homes that are in the area, I've noticed. So like the house we were looking at was $90,000, but other homes in the area were like $250,000 and above. So if we were in a better place, I think it could have been a really great opportunity and like investment property for us. But we didn't know anything about the house, and the realtor didn't know anything about the house, and the bank wouldn't disclose anything about the house. And so we kind of went over and we're just looking for context clues to see, and we ended up talking to the neighbors a bit, and we learned a lot being there yesterday. But we would have had to get some kind of a crazy loan to allow us to like fix up the problems before we could even close on the house, and that is not exciting for us right now. So I think it was a very informative house tour, but it also, we were laying in bed last night and we were like, this kind of makes us scared to buy a house. Just the whole process. We even talked to a lender about, I mean, when I say like we want to buy a house, we really don't know anything about anything. It was much more beneficial yesterday, like information wise, and getting us to know like, okay, this is how much house we could buy individually. This is how much house we could buy together. This is how much house and the loans that we would qualify for to buy a house in certain areas and all of that. So we learned a lot then, but I just think our next steps now are probably just going to flex our muscle touring houses, because first of all, it's fun. It was so much fun. But also, we'll know more of what we want to look for and what we definitely don't want. And I mean, and Zach too, we very much come from the camp where, having a conversation is free, usually, right? And so getting to talk and work with different realtors or lenders or financial people, even the people who potentially are owning the homes that we might be interested in buying, like all of that, you learn a lot from people. And we are really excited to figure out like what next steps looks like for us in the home buying process. But that was the first thing we did yesterday. It was a lot of fun. It was really great. We're not buying the house. Then we had the lady-in-law come over. They met us actually and looked at the house with us. We had the lady-in-law come over and we made pesto and pruned back some of my basil. And it was really delicious. I have it in these ice cube trays, and then I'm going to pop them out and put them in Ziplocs. I could probably do it now, but I'm not going to. just yet. Zach, why did I just do that? Oh my God, our vacuum cleaner is about to run. Okay, sorry, our vacuum started going. It was about to get loud. I'm not like, there's shoes in the living room. Oh my God, I'm a hot mess. We just need to pick them up. Anyway. We made pesto. That was a lot of fun. But then I had to go get ready for a work event, which I did. It was really beautiful. And tonight, we have to leave at about 3:30. It's almost 1 o'clock now, I think. Yeah, 1:01. We have to leave around 3:30 because we are celebrating a family member's birthday. And everybody's starting to get there around 4 o'clock, and we live about a half hour away. So we're going to do that later. So hopefully I can get some knitting done. I did knit a little bit this morning. But I was really excited to work on my Musselburgh hat yesterday, and like not so excited to work on my socks. So I caught up on one. Basically, I need to do 2 stripes of all of my socks today, and I've done that on 1 sock so far. So later is probably a good opportunity. I also was comparing my socks this morning from last year, and I think I have to start the heels on them tomorrow. So I'm not really excited for that because I do have a really busy work day and I work late. But it is what it is. So, I don't know, probably going to relax and do some knitting right now. I'm actually making my first cup of coffee for the day. I did make some breakfast earlier. I just had a really chill morning. But this week is the week that we actually skipped our Every Plate because we wanted to try HelloFresh because we weren't that impressed with Every Plate meal selection this week. Really, none of those really sound so exciting. So we did have our this week's HelloFresh just show up. So I figured I would show you what meals we got this week. Okay, this week we got Garden Ranch chicken with cauliflower rice fritters, zucchini, and creamy mushroom sauce. We got sheet pan Dijon onion crunch chicken with green beans and garlic bread. We got home-style turkey and biscuit pot pie with carrots, celery, and fresh thyme. And harissa spiced chicken and bulgur bowls with cilantro and creamy feta sauce.